Hey, happy Labor Day, my friends. First workout of the day. Kind of cool for Texas, anyways. It rained a lot yesterday, so I'm on the trails now. I'm glad they're not muddy. They're just a bit tacky, I guess. Slow down. So yesterday I had a pretty good day. Did 2 workouts outside. My second one was only a few miles. I had to wait till the rain stopped. I lifted weights a couple times yesterday, just kind of bits and pieces. I was planning to do bench, have a strong chest day, but I was too sore. So I did tricep works. I think I was really sore because I did a lot of dumbbell flies the day before, heavier, because I got some heavier dumbbells. And I was really feeling it yesterday as I tried to do bench, and also my shoulders, my front deltoids were sore because I worked those pretty hard also on Saturday. So yesterday I just did some tricep work, and so I did do some push exercises, but also did some pull ones. I did some back work, and then I did deadlifting. That's a nice thing about deadlifting. You can pretty much do that every day because that's a workout that uses your whole body, back and everything. Of course, all the expert lifters will say, no, you should do that once a week or twice a week, but I'm doing lightweight. I'm focused on building up durability. I'm not trying to go for heavyweight. Bench press, I'm trying to go for heavyweight. I want to work my way up to 315, which will probably take another year. I got up to like 240, 245 last year. And I stopped benching for a long time. So I'm trying to work my way back up to that again. Maybe by the end of the year I'll be there. And then, anyway, so, and I also don't do squats. I did put up a squat rack yesterday, but my flexibility in my shoulder is not very good for reaching the bar. I need to work on that with some mobility exercises. I set up the squat bar for Eli to do that. And I also bought a pad for the bar, which makes it more comfortable to do squats. So I had a pretty good workout yesterday. Well, several workouts, but in the gym and also outside. Today more of the same. I'm doing 4 or 5 miles now. Probably about 3.5, 4, because I cut part of the course out because of the wet trails. I may go to the track later, and then I'm gonna bench press today. Should be fine today. And then I gotta do yard work today that I didn't finish yesterday because it was raining. So we'll see how that goes. It's supposed to rain again at 1 or 2 o'clock, and then I'll try to get outside tonight. Tomorrow afternoon I have to go to Michigan for one day. So my plan for this week is I kind of have a day off on Tuesday night, and pretty much Tuesday and Wednesday I'm just going to do calisthenics. Just calisthenics in the hotel room, push-ups, burpees, that sort of thing. But no weightlifting on Tuesday or Wednesday because I don't get back home till Wednesday night. So I'll get back to weightlifting on Thursday. So the 2 days off will probably help me recover, because I plan to do a hard day today. We'll see how it goes. So two days of downtime because of business travel, but I'll be doing calisthenics in the room. I'm not sure if I'll be able to go to the gym and do any cycling or anything, but I'll definitely do calisthenics in the room. I've got my push-up program, and I'll probably fast more on those days because I'm trying to get my weight down. I watched a bunch of good videos. Diary of a CEO podcast had a really good guy on there for talking about weight loss and different types of things, how to get rid of visceral fat and stuff like that, and also diet. It's about 2 hours long. Very good. I highly recommend it. I've watched a bunch of them, different people, and that's the best one, I think. So, hey, buddy, how's it going? Just a yogi. I'm doing good. I just hiking and doing hill work. I was just talking about my weight training. I really got back into weight training. I'm not doing kettlebells so much like you, but I need to do kettlebells. Actually, yesterday I rearranged my gym again, so I have more space for kettlebells. My gym is really too tight. I moved around my boxing thing. I moved around my boxing station, so I have more room for the kettlebells and weightlifting. Yeah, racing, I'm not sure. I still have Cocodona for next year. That's kind of the main thing I'm planning for. I've kind of stopped doing so frequent trail races, but I'm focusing on just really big, more crazy events, I guess. I may do something in December. I'm not sure yet. If I do, it'll be a 100-miler. Maybe like Brazos Bend, which is flat, or something like that. Probably nothing before December. I was scheduled for a race in October in Arkansas, but I have a trade show coming up, so I had to get. The race director was nice and let me move it to next year. So, yeah. I had the 250 mile this year, but I only made it 140 miles. Got injured, so I'm doing the same one again next year. So I have the Cocodona 250 next year, and I'd like to do like 2 a year, and that'd be all I do. But the challenge with the 200 milers is you really need to take a week off for a couple reasons. It just takes more than 4 days to finish, but also all the good ones, or the ones I'm interested in, are not very close to me. So you have to fly there, fly back, and they're quite expensive. But I'm at least going to do one a year. So. Hey, CG5 fan, thanks for joining. Hey, so that's my plan. I plan on doing, I think, maybe some sort of trail race in December, maybe a 100-miler. I'm also at the point where I don't want to really do a trail race unless it does something for me. It's got to be interesting. I like the mountain races. It also has to be a qualifier for something. So still want to do Western States someday. Also Hard Rock. So I prefer to do races that, if I finish, are going to qualify me for the lottery for those races. So that's one of the reasons I was thinking about doing Brazos Bend in December. That'll qualify me for next year. No, the year after. I didn't qualify for this upcoming lottery because I had to pull out of the race in October for the trade show, which is unfortunate. I wanted to get back in the Western States lottery. Well, I still have 8 tickets, but I can't be in the lottery unless I have a qualifier this year. So that's the plan. So I'm only doing big races that qualify for something, and I prefer 200 milers. I've never fished one, but I think I can. Just my first one was the hardest one. We'll see. I'm breathing hard because it's going uphill. It's about 12% grade. Maybe it's more than that. It's so steep that it's hard to ride a bike up it. yeah, thanks. I'll get into Western States someday. You know, hopefully within a few years. To be honest, I don't know if I could finish it right now. So that's a really difficult race and the cutoff times are really tough. So I think within a year, I'll be in the shape to finish Western States. So maybe I can do it in a couple years. The lottery takes a long time. I have 8 tickets, I think, and they double every year. So after next year, it should jump to 16, etc., etc. So I think if I qualify for next year and then I'm in the December 2026 lottery, I can continue that. So it'll go from 16 to 32 tickets to 64. Every year's double. I think after a few years I can get in it. But to be honest, the one I really want to do is UTMB. You know, of course I was watching it this weekend. I want to do the big race in France and Italy and Switzerland, Mont Blanc. So next year I'm already ready for Cocodona, which is in May. So doing a summer race, it'd be hard to get off of work, but it would also be dumb. It's too close. Because after the Cocodona this year, I was really beat up for 2 or 3 months. Part of it's because I wasn't prepared upper body strength wise. So this next race, I'll be more prepared. So recovery will be easier. Or at least I say that. I've never finished the race before. But maybe in 2027, I want to do UTMB. So if I don't get the stones and by, yeah, I really think you would like the 200s. The cutoff times are so reasonable. You know, I ran into a lot of trouble in Cocodona. Even at like 120, 130 miles, I still like 3 or 4, I was like 4 or 5 hours at cutoff. So, and I was going really slow. So that's the nice thing about the 200s is the cutoff times are very reasonable. It's you have to run into a really serious problem for a long time to run into problems with cutoff times. And as the race goes on, about halfway through the 200s, the cutoff times get even more easier. That's the difference with the 100 milers. 100 milers cutoff times are kind of consistently difficult the whole race. But 200 milers, they realize that some people need to sleep and all that. So if you don't need to sleep very much, which is kind of my case, I can get away with a little bit of sleep. Cutoff times are pretty easy. So it's more like a project, not a speed race. So less stressful. That's a good thing. Downside is they're kind of expensive and you have to take a week off from work. So I plan to do one a year maybe. I'd like to do 2. I really wanted to do the one in California, the new one, in Mammoth Lakes. This year's the first year. I thought that'd be really cool. That's this year. That's this month, I think. But I went to Mammoth Lakes one time for a week, and that was a really cool place. I think one of the most beautiful places in the U.S. to live. Just don't have many jobs there. It's like a ski town. It's right there on the other side of the Sierra Nevadas. So, yeah, I focus more time on feet. I don't run very much anymore. It's mostly hiking and jogging, doing hill work. And often I'll go 4 or 5 miles and my last mile might be like a stride, fast as I can run. But the first 2 miles might be walking, hiking. And then like right now, I'm about 3 miles in. I'm just jogging up and down the hill. So, but all the experts say it's more time on feet because you're going to be out there 4 days. And the cutoff times are not that tough. So as long as you're jogging and hiking, you'll be fine. So I think it's quite different than training for a 100 miler. or a shorter race. Big focus is durability, you know. Because when you get past two days, I went 2.5 days, the body starts breaking down a lot. So that's the key. So that's why I'm really trying to focus on building my upper body strength. Yeah, you do great, because you're very strong from your burpees and kettlebell routines, and that's what wreaks the most havoc on the body, is the heavy pack, carrying it for many days. Because like in Cocodona, there's some 20+ mile sections without water. At one point, we were required to carry 6 liters of water. 6 liters of water is like 13, 14 pounds. And then you got all your other required gear. So that's how I ended up with a shoulder and neck injury. I don't think I had my pack adjusted right, but it was also because of my durability wasn't there. And that eventually is what made me pull out. I had time to go on. My legs are fine. My body was beat up, but shoulders and neck was incredible pain. I had to pull out. And it took me like a month to heal from that. So I think you do fine. But lots of hill training, lots of time on feet. That's the key. Because you're going to be out there more than 4 days. That's really a long time to do anything. So all right, my friends, I'm about to lose signal. Good talking to y'all. Yeah, maybe. I was looking at a timed event in December, so I might do one of those. Those are awesome because you're running around in a 1 mile loop or less, and you just have one aid station. You don't have to carry anything. I really like those things, but unfortunately, there's not many good ones in my area. Actually, there's none in my area. They have a few last man standing, but I don't care for those because I'm just not fast enough. Those 4.2 miles, and I'm just not fast enough for those. The 1 mile events, though, I really like. I've done one in North Texas. I like the ones in Arizona. It's just so far away, but those are cool. Also, I'd like to do the one inside the dome, which is like in Wisconsin. So, yeah. But, yeah, no, good point a lot. Well, hey, Yogi, thanks for talking to you, man. Thanks for joining, man. I'll talk to y'all soon. I'm fixing to lose signal. So, y'all have a great Labor Day. Bye for now.